Hello friends, I am Somaranjan Naik and I welcome you all to my channel, The Mango Researcher. Dear friends, today we'll be speaking specifically regarding an internship program provided to MTech students by IIT Bombay. And it's a golden opportunity for those students who have got low GATE score but still have an IIT dream. Yes friends, such golden opportunity also exists. I request all of you to kindly watch the video completely so that you have a complete knowledge regarding all the aspects of this internship. I'll be explaining everything in detail. So we'll be looking into the selection procedure. Is there a written round or is it a interview round? What is the mode of selection? How to prepare the CV? We'll be looking into it. What is the time frame within which you can apply for this internship? What is the eligibility of this internship? Is an MTech student allowed? Or a bachelor students, or is so anyone can get into this internship? We'll be looking into it. Then we'll be looking into the available projects. What are the different projects that are floated by IIT Bombay which can be taken up by the students for internship? You can see a link of the website, that is www.irc.iitb.ac.in/fellowship/index. I'll be putting up this link in the description below, so when this video gets over you can go again over there, have a complete reading of all the aspects again. So if you go into this website, you'll be opening to a page like this which reads IIT Bombay Research Internship Awards 2019 and 20. You will see that there is a message which is getting flashed over there which says that the IRCC internship for the current batch is cancelled because of COVID-19. But I feel that those students who have taken admission this year and they will be in their second year in 2021, they have an excellent opportunity to apply for these internships. So let's see what are the main points. You can always go to the website and read the entire aspect, but now I will be highlighting all the main points in this video that is written in all these pages. The first main point can be read over here. It says the selected interns are required to work full time for 4 to 6 months. So this entire tenure of the internship will be 4 to 6 months and you need to work full time. Then you will be given a stipend of 10,000 rupees per month for this internship. Very good. But you won't be provided accommodation in the campus. You see, in Mumbai accommodation is a very big issue. So I would advise students that in case you are very confident about the accommodation issue, you can address them, then only try to apply for this. Otherwise you may face some problem, though there are many accommodations available outside the campus. But again, if you are not confident about staying outside the campus, then don't apply. Now coming to the important dates. So you can see 2019 is gone. So you can see that in the month of August to September, you can submit the application form. The interview takes place in the month of October. In 10 days, within 10 days of October, the interview takes place. Then joining of internship, they give you a month's time, that is 2nd of December to 8th of January. So for joining of internship, they will be giving you one complete month, that is from 2nd of December till 8th of January, so that students of different universities, they don't face the problem of semester exams. And then, as I have already read, the duration of internship would be 4 months to maximum of 6 months. Okay, so we have covered the home page. Next we have got the available projects. If you click on available projects now, you won't be seeing anything because in the current time there are no projects being floated. So that particular page I have avoided. You can always go and have a look at it. There is nothing there. Then we'll be coming to the eligibility section. Who are eligible? Let's see. If you go down, you see the eligibility section. So the first point says should be in the second year of master's program. Congratulations. 2021, you will be in your second year. So you all are eligible to apply. The second thing that the university demands is that you should be within the top 10% in your discipline, in your college, university, or institute. Those students who are regular to my channel know that I frequently say how important it is to score good marks in your first year of MTech, because that is going to give you a boost to your career. And one such example is seen over here, that if you have good marks, you are within the top 10% of your batch, then you are eligible to apply in this. The next point that we go through says that the internship would be from 4 to 6 months, and at the end of your internship you need to submit a partial project report. So whatever you have done under the guidance of the professor, you need to put all the points in the form of a report and present it in front of your lab mates and guide, and then you'll be provided with a certificate. I say that this point is important because once you present a work in front of those people who are experts in the field, you will be confident for lifetime on those projects, on those topics. So I would urge everyone to make a very good report in case you are getting an opportunity like this. Then coming to the last point, which says that the student should be involved as a full-time intern. What does it mean? It says that there is no requirement of coursework to be done during this period. There is no requirement, but it's not written that you won't be allowed. So I would suggest that when you meet your guide, okay, internship guide, you can politely ask them that if he can allow you to sit for one subject. It may be his subject, mostly his subject, or any other faculty subject that you like. You can actually go to the other faculty or him also and request to allow you to sit in their class. If they permit, then actually you will be doing one subject in IIT Bombay, and that is very much helpful. You won't be getting any certificate, you don't need to write any exam, it will be just you'll be auditing it. You just need to go and sit every day in the class and read something, okay, make notes, and for your personal understanding only. But I would suggest that in case someone gets an internship, you should always ask your guide that whether he'll permit you at least for one subject. Please try it. That will be altogether a different experience. So we are complete with the eligibility. Now we are going to the selection procedure. So what is the selection procedure? Yes. Sorry. So you will be getting a form in this format which your principal will sign, okay, and give it the time you are joining the internship. And what is there in this format? It says that this is to certify that Miss X is studying in a Y discipline in a particular Z college and is among the top 10 in the previous year in our university. This is to certify that student doesn't have to attend any lecture in the semester, okay, and hence is available for full time. So you understood what is the meaning of this full time internship, that the student doesn't have to attend any lectures. Okay, let's move forward. So we are done with the available projects, we are done with the eligibility. Now we are coming to the selection procedure. What is the selection procedure? So you will be having your application being screened. That is the first step. Then once you are through the screening, you will be put to a test or interview, anything that the faculty feels like, okay. And then when you are screened, your application is being screened, you need to send a CV for as the part of the screening process, where they'll be looking into the brilliant academic performance that you had, or the relative rank that you had in your class or university. What are the other things that you're involved in apart from your regular activities, that shows that how good an all-rounder you are. And also whether you are a part and parcel of any tech fairs, did you write some external exams like Olympiads, NTSE exams, or anything that you have, okay, will add up to your CV. It will make your candidature strong. So if anyone has got any such credentials, do add into the CV, okay. And interestingly, when you come for your interview, okay, a return train fare by the shortest route, that is second class ticket, will be provided to you, okay. So that will be provided to you. These points ahead are not that important. This one on-campus accommodation cannot be provided. These all things are not that important. These are the things which are to be dealt by the IITB faculty, not by the student. Yes, you have a bonanza here. Actually, you have an internship team, and they have given their phone number, their email IDs. So I don't know by next year these numbers will be valid or not, but you can always give a try on this number and email ID seeking information regarding this particular process. Okay. Next, as we move ahead, now coming to the very important thing, that is how to apply. How is it so that we can apply? Okay, so your application has to be strictly through this web page. Okay, this web page, the link that I have given, should be strictly through this web page. Eligibility, that we have already discussed, what eligibility you should have, and then you need to go to this page, this link, and then you need to register for. And when you register, you need to create a new account for yourself, having a username and password, and then fill up the form. Now, another important thing, additional information that I'd like to give, that this link can also be used by students who are interested for JRF positions. Now coming to the major aspect, the do or die thing, that is the statement of purpose. The statement of purpose is essential because it will make the guide, the internship guide, understand that why is it so that you are the most eligible candidate for this particular project. Because in the statement of purpose or SOP, you will be writing why are you interested for this particular project, what are the specific background, skills, experience that you have, which makes you feel that if you are selected, then you will be the best candidate to work on this project. So what are your long-term plans? Like someone wants to pursue this internship because the company in which she or he is interested in actually specializes in that topic, or you want to pursue PhD somewhere and that topic is something which is of interest to you. All these things you need to jot down in 500 characters. Okay, in 500 characters you need to jot everything, like the inspiration behind taking this project. Got my point? Coming next, once you are selected, you have submitted your SOP, then you can go to this section where you will be looking into the selected or shortlisted candidates. You can find out whether you are selected or not. So you can see that there are many candidates with application numbers, with names, who are selected, who are in the waiting list, what is the faculty, what is the email ID of the faculty. So everything can be seen in this website, and it's department wise, like chemical engineering, the Center for Urban Science and Engineering, the Sitara department. For every department you can see, for biosciences, for every department you will see that there are some students who are selected. And I expect that each and every one of you to give your very best in this first 2 semesters of MTech, and I want most of you to be selected in this section in the next year, if everything gets back to normalcy. With this, I would suggest that in case you have any doubts or queries in the things that I have explained to you now, you can write in the comment section, and do share this with your friends and colleagues whom you feel need this knowledge or whom this knowledge can help. With this, I sign out. Thank you. Have a good day.